Welcome to the Mighty Dragon. This week's guest is actor Anthony J. Abraham. From Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan to Bad Education, and now to The Acolyte. Anthony's career is forging ahead, and I must say, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Anthony is currently starring in The Acolyte as Fillik, a meknek, which, as Wikipedia explains,
Mekneks were freelance mechanics who did repairs on the outer hulls of starships. During the High Republic era, Republic law dictated that only droids could perform this dangerous work. This meant that mekneks were an illegal profession. During the same era, Osha Aniseya and Fillik worked as mekneks on a freighter for the Trade Federation.
thanks Wikipedia. With The Acolyte now streaming on Disney Plus, it was a great time to catch up with Anthony, who is busy filming overseas, and I'm so grateful that he found the time for this quick chat to discuss his career. Anthony J. Abraham, welcome to the Mighty Dragon.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, that's great. Before we get on to The Acolyte, I'd like to ask you what drew you to acting as a career.
Yeah, so for me, it all kind of started in secondary school when I did drama classes. I did GCSE drama, and I just remember really enjoying acting, enjoying drama. And my teachers really kind of like pushed me in that direction as well because they kind of saw I had a passion for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, the secondary school that I went to was actually quite academic, and everyone there kind of wanted to be doctors, lawyers, and like no one really wanted to do acting.
Yeah.
And I was actually kind of going down that path as well, and I actually have a degree in electronic engineering as well. And so when I kind of got to like A level times, I did AS drama, but then I dropped it for my second year of A levels just so I could like focus on kind of the more sciencey stuff. But then that was probably the best thing I did, because then I started to look for how I can continue acting outside of just the school environment, basically.
Right.
And then from there, I found this part-time acting school that I went to, and from there, I started training, got an agent, and then now I'm doing
and now
TV
Star Wars.
Yeah, now Star Wars.
So just mentioned Star Wars and The Acolyte. What can you tell me about your character?
Yes, so my character, his name is Fillik, and he's what's known as a meknek in the Star Wars. And that's pretty much a space mechanic in a way. So in like the Star Wars universe, normally it's the droids that kind of take care of like ships maintenance and everything like that. But because the Acolyte is, I think, the kind of earliest kind of series in the kind of like Star Wars canon in a way, humans are the ones that do those like kind of droid jobs in a way. And so my character Fillik, he works on this cargo ship for the Trade Federation, along with his friend Osha, who's played by Amanda Stenberg. And so both of them are kind of two mechanics together working on this cargo ship. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. When you get that call to say that you're going to be part of the Star Wars universe, how does that feel?
Yeah, honestly, it was crazy. I couldn't believe that first. It felt really amazing. I remember I was actually I was on set filming another job at the time, and we were just in between setups. And I'd done the audition for the Acolyte, and I'd had a second audition that they wanted me to do as well. And I get a call from my agent in between setups on set, and I have a feeling it's good news. So I'm just like, oh, can I just take this call, Kitty? So I take the call, and she says, yeah, you've got the part. And I was just so happy. I had a great mood, just like the rest of the day. It's amazing.
Amazing. I just can't even imagine it. It'd be like winning the lottery or something. Like, oh my God, amazing.
Yeah, it's quite great.
How much research did you do for that character?
I mean, honestly, it all kind of came down, well, for me anyway, to kind of the relationship that he had with his friend Osha, because that's those were the sides that I was given. And so kind of my way into the character was seeing how he related to another person, which was Amanda's character Osha. And so that was kind of like my key into who Fillik was in a way. And kind of just analyzing the script and kind of understand like what kind of working out who he is for me in a sense, you know?
Okay, that's interesting. So generally, how do you prepare for a new character and immerse yourself in that role?
Yeah, so I would say first thing is just rereading the script over and over and over again, and jotting down questions that I have, and also writing down anything that I realize about the character as I'm reading as well. I also like to read for tone as well, like the tone of the script, because that
Yeah.
also informs like the type of character that I'm playing as well. And I tend to do improvisation as well, just by myself, just as the character, just to kind of like get into their head, see how they kind of like feel like physically as well, and kind of like try and like think as them as well. Because I find
Oh,
that when I'm on set and I'm being like given direction and everything, because I have a better understanding of the person I'm playing, it's more easy to kind of take those adjustments on board and kind of adapt the character in a way. So yeah, I do love to kind of like improvise by myself as a character and like make up lines and stuff, just so I can kind of get a better feel for the character, how they sit within me, basically. Yeah.
yeah. Wow. Looking at your career so far, what are the challenges that you've faced and how have you overcome those?
Um, so I would say with every actor, you always get kind of the challenge of just being rejected over and over and over again and thinking, oh man, is this going to work out? Like, what do I do? And when I first got signed, I wasn't really very like familiar with the industry, how it worked. I thought, oh, you just get an agent and you start doing movies, and but it's just
Yes.
that's just not how it works really. And yeah, when I did first get signed, I was 17, and I was auditioning and auditioning for months and months, and nothing was coming. And you then start to kind of, I don't know, like the self doubt starts to kind of like
Yeah.
creep in, and you wonder, oh, like, is this career path right for me? I'm not booking anything. What's going on? But for me, the thing that really, really helped me is just making sure that I'm doing all of the preparation that I can be doing, because
Yeah.
I feel like preparation is what kind of like breeds confidence in a way. And so I was noticing when, like back then, when I would be in the room auditioning, I didn't feel very like secure. I didn't feel very confident. I felt a bit anxious going in. And I found that just prepping more, making sure that I knew the character inside and out, making sure that I was maybe asking the right questions and all of that really, really helped me. But also something that I found really helps me is kind of thinking about things like they're a game in a
Right.
way. And so
Yeah.
so you get an audition through, maybe you have a recall, maybe you don't get the role. It's like, okay, that was like level one on a video game. I'm just going to do it
Right.
again. I'm just going to play again, you know? And when I kind of like switched to that mentality, getting rejected, I didn't take it as hard, because it was just like, I can just do it again. I can just start over, you know? And so that helped me quite a lot, because I don't know, I can be quite a competitive person as well. So it's like kind of like beating yourself in a way.
Right.
So that, yeah, that really, really helped me. And just trying to be as positive as possible, and kind of surrounding yourself with people that do want the best for you and like support you as well is like really, really good for like your just like your
Yeah.
mental. So yeah, that's kind of how I overcame it.
I guess you've got to have a very good life balance, haven't you, as an actor, to not keep taking that rejection personally, don't you? So with your
Yeah.
support network in place. So we've got Star Wars in the bag. Are there any more dream roles or projects that you'd like to be part of?
Dream roles. I mean, I probably wouldn't say roles in particular, like specific roles, but just I suppose people that I would just love to work with, directors,
Yeah.
certain actors that I just love their work so much, and it would just be a dream to get to work with those people. And really and truly, I just want to be a part of projects that have really, really passionate people on board, people that love the industry and the craft as much as I do, and just get to collaborate with those people, because those are the projects that I know you remember, you know. So yeah.
Yeah. Right. So how do you balance staying true to a character versus bringing your own unique interpretation to that role?
Yeah. Okay, that's an interesting question. I feel like my interpretation. I think that there are almost multiple truths to a character, and my interpretation of a character could be a truth to the character. For example, I don't know, Hamlet has been played thousands of times by so many
Mm,
different people with so many different interpretations of the character. That's not to say one version of someone's version of Hamlet is more true, whatever, than
yeah.
someone else's. They can both be just as true as each other. But I think
Yes.
the thing to think about is not trying to kind of impose yourself onto a character in a way. So if I was to, I don't know, create any sort of interpretation of a character, it needs to be fueled by who that character is on the paper, like what the writer's written and what the director
Yeah.
and everyone says about that character as well. And then so my interpretation needs to inform what's already there, as opposed to creating something completely new and trying to like shoehorn it into a character, if you know what I mean.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. What advice would you give to aspiring actors entering the industry?
Hmm.
Don't do it.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Think of something else. Think of something else. No, I would say um, try to enjoy it as much as possible, because a lot of the time it can be really, really difficult, especially when you're starting out, to kind of get, you know, those like mini breaks at first. And it can be tough, especially when um, maybe there are other people around you that have started working and you haven't quite found your way in. So I'd say definitely just really try to enjoy it, because the reason I got into acting in the first place is because I really enjoyed it. I really loved it. And sometimes I need to remind myself that that's why I'm doing it as well, because I really do love it
Right.
and enjoy it.
Yes.
And so not to make it almost like a chore in a way. And also I would say make sure you learn your lines. Of course, that's always important. And yeah, just do the prep, watch movies, watch theater, watch actor interviews as well. That's something that's really helped me. Just seeing how kind of the greats approach the craft as well. I found really really helpful, because they just have so many great gems, you know, to kind of like take from in a way. Um, so yeah, that's what I would say.
Wonderful. Thank you. Finally, what have you got coming up?
So I'm in the middle of filming something now. Actually, I'm abroad, and so this should come out maybe beginning of next year,
Yes.
potentially. And then
Yes.
I think other than that, I've got maybe a couple projects that I'm looking to do with some friends actually, which should be quite fun. I love working with my friends, so that should be
Yes.
good. And other than that, just back to auditioning and kind of just enjoying life really. So yeah,
That's wonderful. All the best with the Acolyte and everything else that you're working on. And thank you so much for coming on to the Mighty Dragon.
thank you so much for
Hopefully,
having.
hopefully see you again.
Yeah, of
Thank you
course.
so much, Anthony. Thank you. Speak to you soon. Bye. Bye.